Are you a YouTube nerd? Because this might be quite insightful for you. And even if you're not, this is still pretty interesting. You see, YouTube, I've had it wrong recently. YouTube, everyone thinks or they thought that YouTube was competing with TikTok. And it still is. But YouTube is not competing with TikTok. YouTube is competing with Netflix and Disney Plus. Now, I guess I could say I knew this, but after really hearing some YouTubers talk about it, it's really made some things click in my head. Now, you see, when TikTok first came about, they properly made the whole idea of mindless doom scrolling, but like feeding the audience what they want, and you could just scroll for ages, and then you would be happy with what you'd get. And when that became a big thing, YouTube tried to copy, Instagram tried to copy, everyone tried to copy, and they didn't try to copy, they did copy. You got YouTube Shorts now, you got TikTok, you got Instagram Reels, you got Facebook, it's everywhere. Now, during 2020, yeah, when TikTok really started to hit its stride, like I downloaded it even after saying I didn't want to use it. I downloaded it, started promoting my videos. I was getting bare views on TikTok, and I started to realize that, okay, it's not just for cringy people. You can actually post normal content and get views and funnel it over to your YouTube and whatever. And for business owners as well, amazing app. But during that time, a lot of vloggers, what they started to do is they started to make their videos. By the way, this is like proper YouTube game right now. If you don't know, I've been doing YouTube for like 10 years, and on my main channel, even though I've low-key, like, I haven't been playing the game properly, just wait on, man, but I've been doing YouTube for like 10 years. And one thing about me, when it comes to theory of YouTube, like, I don't care if you believe me or whatever, but I studied this shit. And one thing about YouTube during 2020 is that a lot of people who were doing vlogs and, longer content started to make their videos a little bit shorter. And there was a time where YouTube said that instead of your videos having to be 10 minutes to reach the ad threshold of being able to make more money from ads, they lowered it down to 8 minutes because people's attention spans were getting lower. And Logan Paul during 2020, David Dobrik as well, biggest American vloggers, but Logan Paul started making really short vlogs, like 4-minute vlogs, okay, 4-6-minute vlogs, and they were inspired by David Dobrik, who was famous for doing 4-minute 20-second vlogs. Now, when Logan Paul started doing these 4-minute 20 vlogs, I wasn't a fan of Logan Paul. His content was for kids, it was a bit wet, cringy, whatever. I didn't like it, yeah. However, when he lost his boxing match to KSI, he went through this whole maturing phase, and during 2020, his content took an absolute 180, and I'll always stand with this statement, yeah, that Logan Paul's content during 2020, arguably best content I've ever seen on YouTube. He was posting about 3 times a week, 5-minute digestible fun vlogs with amazing storytelling, and you wouldn't even notice it. Funny skits, making it cinematic. You can tell there's effort into it, but it didn't feel too much. It was quite nice and digestible, and it was amazing. Like, I've never binged content like that in my life, and maybe partly because I'm a YouTuber myself, but I really enjoyed it. And this is coming from someone who didn't like Logan Paul in terms of, like, not that I didn't like him, but I didn't care for him. I'm not in his demographic, if that makes sense. His content was really childish before, but he matured so much, and the content that he made during 2020, amazing. He could make an 8-minute vlog about flipping Pokemon cards, yeah, really engaging and compelling. And if you can learn how to make any topic entertaining and interesting, you have kind of cracked YouTube, and he did that. He did it so amazing. And anyways, during this time, I was really inspired by the editing of it, and his editor, Hayden Hillier-Smith, best editor on YouTube, hands down. I don't care what you say, argue with your nan, yeah. Hayden Hillier-Smith, aka Logan Paul's editor for the last 7 years. He doesn't do it anymore, but he used to be his editor. Amazing editor. He would break down psychological tricks that made the edit so amazing. And this isn't just if you're an editor, you would find it cool. Literally, like, he would break down how editing a video is actually like editing a song, and there's beats to it. And when you have a motivated setup, make sure you have a motivated payoff. Like, if you're going to say something on YouTube, show it straight away. Back in the day, like 10 years ago, people would title a video like, buy my brother a brand new Lamborghini, and the video would be 18 minutes, and the Lamborghini would show up right at the end. And it was clickbait, kind of, because the Lamborghini wouldn't even be a Lamborghini. It'd be like a little toy Lamborghini, but people would just, they could get away with that at the time of YouTube. And it wasn't really, like, you weren't really respecting your viewer. Now, because YouTube's changed, that it doesn't really matter how many subscribers you've got. It really matters about how good the video is, the quality of the video, because then it'll push it out. Because when you go on your homepage, half the videos you see aren't even from people that you're subscribed to. So what they did is they started to push people's videos that were basically good. And what Logan Paul and his editor started to realize is that, look, let's just make content and give them exactly what they want. So if he says, yo, I'm gonna go get a haircut now, the next shot is them getting a haircut. And if he if he says, yo, I think we're gonna go check out the Lamborghini today, the next shot is the Lamborghini. Now, this is just basically respecting the viewer. If you can give people a compelling story and you've got clip A, clip B, clip C, and if you take clip B out and A and C still make sense together, then a lot of the time you don't really need B. This was at the time. The meta now has kind of changed. The method of editing now is a little bit changed, but still stands. Anyways, there's the reason why I'm telling you all of this. Now, this content, this little tactic made his vlog so engaging. There was never a dull moment, and it was only like 4 or 5 minutes, but every minute was so engaging. Now, at this time, it was because YouTube was competing with TikTok, and people like short content. I used to love saying, yo, a 5-minute video versus a 10-minute video, I'd pick a 5-minute video any other time, because if they're both 10 out of 10 banging videos, I'd always rather the 5-minute video, because then it's just less time, isn't it? I can just watch another video the same. I can watch 2 5-minute banging videos as opposed to 1 10-minute banging video. And also, if you make loads of short videos, you can make bingeable content. Like, someone can watch 10 5-minute videos. Let's say I watch 10 5-minute videos. I wouldn't even realize I just watched 50 minutes of content, for example. However, if you might watch 1 20-minute video, you might think, okay, that's enough. So did you get it? It's all about session times. Anyway, this is a proper, like, in-depth little discussion about YouTube. But so during that time, I was really like enthusiastic about this. I was like, yo, that makes so much sense. And I started to do, you know, I started to implement this style of editing in my videos, and maybe that's why some people, they like my editing style. But I've been inspired by many different creators, not just Hayden Hillier-Smith, loads of creators. Now, fast forward a few years, yeah, and people are watching YouTube more and more on the TV. This is the new era. Now, I guess we know this, but it took me a while to actually realize this. Like, damn, you know what? Viewership has actually increased. And someone said that viewership on the YouTube viewership is now, I think, I might be wrong here, 80% watched on the TV. Meaning most people are watching YouTube on the TV. Now, if you ask me, what kind of content do you like to watch? I would say to you, I like to watch short stuff. I don't like spending bare time just watching long videos on YouTube, but that's a lie. Like, times have actually changed. I don't sit when I am eating food, when I'm in the evening and I want to watch something, I literally put on YouTube on the TV, or when I'm eating food, I put on a video that's long enough to last whilst I'm eating food. So sometimes you do want a 10-15 minute video, maybe a 20-minute video, maybe a 25-minute video. And I realized that, you know what? Longer videos are starting to make sense because people want that comfort viewing. They want to watch a video that they can just put on the TV and they can enjoy it. And it made me realize that, you know what, damn, like, YouTube isn't competing with TikTok. Like, YouTube shorts are competing with TikTok, but when it comes to actual long form, there's always going to be a place for YouTube long form, and people want someone that feels real, natural, authentic. They're always going to want that. And yeah, like, long videos is actually the way forward, especially being watched on TV. Now, because it is not hyper edited, but because it is very particular style of editing that I'd learned from Logan Paul's editor, I started to think to myself, like, damn, like, editing used to take me quite a while because I was so pedantic. I don't know if that's the right word, but I was so particular with how I would edit things. And a 5-minute video might have taken me a very long time because I'm filming and editing and planning or whatever. But then last year, when I was in Dubai, my boy Mahi has he's got his own barbershop, and he was vlogging his life. And my one of my other guys that I know, one of my other friends, Ahmad, he was editing his content. And I remember, bro, these men were doing like 45-minute vlogs, hour-long vlogs. And he just started YouTube, just moved to Dubai, just started YouTube. And he's actually getting a few thousand views per video. That's a good start to YouTube. Like, genuinely, that's good views. You might think only a few thousand. Bro, on YouTube, that's good views. Because that means you got to remember, yeah, a few thousand people have like purposely decided to click and watch that video. This isn't like TikTok where you just scroll and it comes up and you're forced to watch it. No, a few thousand people collectively, or not collectively, but, you know, continuously decided to watch his videos. And yeah, and people in the comments were like, yo, make it longer. And people have always said to me, make your videos a bit longer. And I always used to say, nah, like, I don't have that much content to give you. And also, it's like, you can binge the other content. But then I clocked something. That authentic, less edited style of content is really, really, like, doable now. Because people are watching on YouTube, so many videos I watch on YouTube, they're not even edited that much. And I know this already, but when it comes to like vlogging and stuff, I really understood. And shout out to Benji Travis here. This is proper YouTube game right here. But if you know Benji Travis, this guy is the guy who kind of clicked into my head. I was watching one of his podcasts, but people are watching hour-long vlogs, 40-minute vlogs, and they're getting views and getting paid as well if you're a YouTuber. And you might be thinking, who's watching that stuff? But Mahi, he was making 45 minutes. By the way, shout out Mahi. Shout out Mahi every single time, but he was making like 40-minute video, 50-minute videos, hour-long videos, and people are watching it. And because they're watching on the TV, and it dawned upon me, I used to say to Ahmad, I was like, bro, how do you edit these videos so quickly? And he was like, yeah, just do it, man. And at first I was thinking that's impossible because it takes me so long to edit a 5-minute video. But then I realized, I was like, you know what? I am someone who can actually be very quick with editing, but I always try to make it very particular. Like if there's gaps between words, I would cut it out. Like right now, for example, I would have cut that out. Yeah, you see what I did there? But I would have cut that out. But I realized that in his videos, they weren't always doing that. And he'd just be filming very intentional, just talking to the camera. And yes, he might have been lacking YouTube knowledge in terms of how to edit a bit more optimized for content, whatever. But that's besides the point. There were long videos and they're getting views. And it makes sense now because YouTube is now being watched on the TV. And if you want to make long form content, if you enjoy watching YouTube, you might start to realize that people are generally posting long videos on YouTube. And then there's always the method of cutting up the long videos and putting them onto TikTok and Instagram like little reels. My content can be used as a perfect example. When I went to Pakistan this year, I was making 8-minute vlogs ish, still very short, too short to be honest, too short. But the short clips will be posted on Instagram. The Instagram reels went viral and then traffic went to my YouTube channel. But do you understand my point? Like the videos were getting views and they were getting views on YouTube and views on Instagram reels, but long form content is actually where it's at. And I'm gonna leave this last little statement with you, that this guy Benji Travis, he mentioned that one of his videos, I think it was an hour-long video, and it was his best performing video, and more raw, authentic style. And this is mainly for vloggers, to be honest, but in general, when you're doing whatever videos you're doing, you can make longer videos. Even Nico or Milana said to me himself, he said that he was making videos and they were a bit shorter, and when he started doing longer videos, his channel started to perform well. Now, I'm not saying don't do short videos, but maybe the method is just to do longer videos, better, I don't know, a better chance of people connecting with you. But this is what I'm going to leave you with, yeah? This Benji guy said that one of his videos, I think he had about 50,000 views or more than 50,000 views, but because not everyone watched all of the video, I think 50,000 people had watched 20 minutes of it, yeah? Now, if you've got 50,000 people watching 20 minutes, I don't think you're deep in what that means, bro. You know, some TV shows, I'm pretty sure they're not getting 50,000 views. And if you were to compare that to TikTok, for someone to watch 20 minutes of you, or 55,000 people to watch 20 minutes of you, like what would that equate to in TikTok? So let's just say each TikTok was about 10 seconds, for example, yeah? Bro, how many TikToks would you need to watch to equate to having watched 20 minutes of someone's vlog? That's why YouTube, and I'll always stand on this, will be the GOAT video platform. YouTube is just, it just makes so much more sense. TikTok have killed it with the algorithm, don't get twisted, but YouTube, when you have a long connection with people, like perfect example right now is this video here, yeah? 12 minutes, 57 seconds, and my battery's almost gonna die if I manage to wrap this video up. But people can resonate with you because this is uninterrupted video and you can connect with me and I can chat with you guys in the comments and whatnot. But this is a connection that you're never going to get with me on TikTok, for example. TikTok is just little snippets of me, but this is real life. So the new era of YouTube, I feel like it's all about going to be longer videos that people can watch on the TV. They can have it on the background. Sometimes they're doing their thing, but just remember that people do want to watch longer stuff. If they want short stuff, a lot of time they can just go to TikTok. If I want to watch whatever can be said in a 4-minute video, more time can be just done in a 1-minute TikTok or shorter TikTok, or even some of these TikToks these days up to 10 minutes, up to even 60 minutes, I think. But yeah, they can be watched on TikTok. And yeah, you don't really need to be competing with TikTok. You need to be competing with people like Netflix and all of that stuff. So whether you want to do unedited raw videos, like it made me realize with Mahi's content, I know how to do that. I can edit fast as well. I know I can, but I just choose not to. And now it's clicked to me. You know what, bro? Start doing longer videos. So not yet, but you'll see soon on my main channel. Proper long videos are going to be coming soon. And yeah, longer videos is the way forward. People are watching on TV and it's not what you do, it's how you do it. But hope you can take something away. I might start doing some more like YouTube breakdowns because that's all I know and care about. So if you want more of that, let me know. And if you made it to the end of this video, you're a real one. After this video, stop watching more content, unless it's my videos obviously, but stop watching more content and go out and take some action. Yeah, go do something productive. I don't want you guys to be stuck online all the time. But if you are still here, like, comment, subscribe, all of that jazz, and I'll see you in the next one. Love.